There's a sound that petrol heads dream about, the high-pitched scream of a two-stroke engine at full throttle. It's a sound that speaks of pure, unadulterated power, a raw mechanical symphony that sends shivers down your spine. Two-strokes are the bad boys of the motorcycle world, known for their explosive performance and demanding personalities. They're not for everyone, but for those who crave the ultimate adrenaline rush, the allure of a two-stroke is hard to resist. Two-stroke bikes tend to be lighter and simpler than their four-stroke counterparts. This makes them incredibly agile and responsive, especially in demanding off-road conditions. They're the weapon of choice for motocross racers and enduro riders who need a bike that can handle tight corners, steep climbs, and sudden jumps with ease. But this raw power and agility comes at a price, and that price is maintenance. Two-strokes are all about instant gratification. Unlike four-strokes, which have a more linear power delivery, two-strokes pack all their punch into a narrow band of revs. Hit the power band and it's like igniting a stick of dynamite. The acceleration is brutal, almost violent, throwing you back in the seat as the engine screams towards its red line. This explosive power delivery is what makes two-strokes so exhilarating to ride, but it also makes them more demanding. They require a different riding style, one that's more aggressive and precise. You need to be on top of the clutch, constantly working the gearbox to keep the engine in its sweet spot. It's this need for constant engagement that makes two-strokes so rewarding for experienced riders. They're not for the faint of heart, but for those who can tame the beast, the rewards are immense. Two-strokes are like high-performance athletes. They demand constant attention and a steady diet of the good stuff. Their simpler design means fewer moving parts, but those parts work incredibly hard and need regular servicing. Unlike four-strokes, which use a separate oil sump, two-strokes lubricate their engines with oil mixed directly into the fuel. This premix burns along with the fuel, meaning you need to add oil every time you fill up the tank. The biggest maintenance task for a two-stroke is the dreaded top-end rebuild. Because the engine runs hotter and at higher RPMs, the piston and rings wear out faster than in a four-stroke. This means you'll need to rebuild the top end of the engine every so often, depending on how hard you ride. It's not a difficult job for a competent mechanic, but it does require a specific set of skills and tools. Section 4. The eco question and the law. There's no escaping the fact that two-strokes have a bit of a reputation when it comes to the environment because they burn oil along with their fuel. They tend to produce more smoke and emissions than four-strokes. This has led to increasingly stringent emissions regulations that have made it difficult for manufacturers to produce new road-legal two-stroke motorcycles. In many countries, you can still find older two-strokes on the road, and they remain popular for off-road use where emissions regulations are less strict. However, it's important to be aware of the environmental impact of these machines and to ride responsibly. Section 5. Buying used, don't get smoked. Buying a used two-stroke can be a bit of a gamble, especially if you're not familiar with the signs of wear and tear. These bikes are often ridden hard and put away wet, so it's crucial to do your due diligence before handing over any cash. Start by checking the color of the smoke coming out of the exhaust. Blue smoke is a sure sign that the engine is burning oil, which could indicate worn piston rings or other internal problems. Ask the seller about the bike's maintenance history. When was the last top-end rebuild? Has the bike been regularly serviced? A well-maintained two-stroke can provide years of reliable service, but a neglected one can quickly turn into a money pit.